From Black Mirror to reality, Metaverse has suddenly exploded into a global phenomenon. Everyone, including Microsoft, Facebook, and many other tech giants, want a piece of the pie. To the extent that they have staked claims to it, while Facebook has gone to the length of rebranding its entire company, naming it Meta. Metaverse blockchain projects are booming left and right, even in the crypto space where people are boarding the profit train to make some long-term gains. From NFTs to virtual property and object, it's all very real and it's happening right now in our world, inside a virtual world. Worldception. If you're ready to learn which are the top 5 Metaverse blockchain projects, let's go for it. Hi, I'm Petko Alexandrov and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about the top 5 Metaverse blockchain projects that you should definitely be aware of. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do it. Just click it and let's dig in. Before we go into depth of it, let's have a brief look over what Metaverse is. If you haven't already seen Ready Player One or read the novel written by Ernest Cline as far back as 2011, then I suggest that you do, because that will give you a great idea of what Metaverse is. But to put it simple and easy to digest words, Metaverse is a communal virtual space that exists online, which incorporates elements like augmented reality, virtual reality, 3D holographic avatars, videos, and many more means of communication. The more it expands and grows, the more you can expect it to act as a hyper-realistic alternative to the real world. If you have played Roblox, Fortnite, or the globally acclaimed Minecraft, you would know what we are talking about, except in case of Metaverse, the experience will be made much more impressive and as close to reality as possible. You are living in a digital universe and can interact with other users. What more could you ask for, right? But it's not mainstream just yet, as according to the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, it may still be 5 to 10 years ahead of us before we see the real magic of Metaverse brought to reality. So where does blockchain fits in all of that? We know blockchain is the underlying technology for cryptocurrencies and NFTs that is used to write smart contracts which can establish the ownership of anything digital on the public ledger. But how does it connect to Metaverse? Well, for starters, we know a lot of platforms are now powered by blockchain, which includes names like Stellar, XDC, Network, Tezos, Corda, and thousands of others which are using cryptocurrency and more recently NFTs to build, monetize, and own their unique decentralized asset. It is here that we begin to understand that this was not present in Metaverse beforehand, or to put it in other words, Metaverse was previously incomplete without blockchain because everything was stored in, you guessed that, a centralized network. Blockchain not only made decentralization possible, but due to its ability to work globally, aka the upcoming Web 3.0, which allows for decentralization on a global scale possible. You see, companies or corporations are smart. They realized earlier on that Metaverse cannot behave like our current internet, as Metaverse will be connected through individual nodes around the globe, which makes it a unique singular entity. It doesn't belong to any one platform, and in order to access the Metaverse you will require proof of existence, which is where blockchain comes into play, which is also why corporate entities are building their projects on the blockchain. With that said, let's have a look at the top 5 most promising upcoming Metaverse blockchain projects. At number 5, Alien Worlds. This is a decentralized NFT Metaverse that is a stimulated economy centered around planetary worlds. The players compete for a scarce source, which is also the token of the project name Trillium, or TLM. Obviously, the game has DeFi elements to it, which also means it is a DAO, aka Decentralized Autonomous Organization. But the catch is, it is a decentralized autonomous organization on a planetary level. It is a completely game-based metaverse, and since there are multiple planets, there are multiple DAOs. Based on the Binance blockchain, HTLM holder gets to have a stake in deciding who runs the platform and allowing them to vote. The users or token holders can even vote for whom to select as their leader. The tokens can also be staked to a planet's DAO, which shows their alliance to the planet and earns them the opportunity to win daily rewards. At number 4, we have Decentraland or Mana. Decentraland is also called the virtual social world. That is an entire metaverse on its own. The project debuted in 2015, which revealed a digital replica of our physical world. If someone asks me for a picture of metaverse, I'll just show them Decentraland. Just like the real world, you have online digital events, you can play games online, and not to mention you can trade digital assets in the decentralized digital marketplace. Decentraland provides you with an opportunity to interact and socialize with members from around the globe. On the website, you will find that they claim it is the first virtual world that is owned by its users. Powered by Ethereum, it opened up to its users in 2020. The token is named Mana, with the token's value at little over $2.8 at the time of recording this video. One of the best things about Decentraland is that users can own virtual pieces of land called, guess, land, ironically, which are just digital plots. They, as you can expect, are NFTs that you can purchase for Mana, which can also be used for purchasing costumes for avatars, as well as the right to vote on the future developments of the Decentraland. At number 3, among the top 5 Metaverse blockchain projects, we have Radio Kaka. Call it a DAO or decentralized organization operated by the internet native individuals, that's you and me and all of its users around the globe. Radio Kaka came to this world around May of last year or 2021 if you are watching this video in later years, and it has established itself as a force to be reckoned within the metaverse realm as well as GameFi world. The NFTs of Radio Kaka are highly sought after by collectors. The metaverse is spreading its wings and has launched its new game Metaverse Island, which is a play-to-earn game. Radio Kaka is essentially the native token for the Universal Metaverse, aka USM is the creator of USM Labs, which is a 3D planet virtual world where you, the user, can do anything you would in the real world, or more accurately, what you couldn't do in the real world. This includes owning properties, seeing as how the pieces of real estate are skyrocketing. I think it is for the best we settle for digital property instead. Not just that, but just like any other digital metaverse, you can interact with users from all over the world, build stores, art galleries to showcase your NFT collection, create your own digital assets like NFTs, and play games in the process. Radio Kaka is also the executive manager of MetaMask Mystery Box NFT. At this time, the price of Raka, the native token of Radio Kaka, trades at 0.002 with a 24-hour trading volume of $23 million. At number 2, we have the Meta Hero. Not enough can be said about Meta Hero, as it is truly something out of science fiction. Meta Hero is essentially a 3D scanning technology that makes hyper-realistic avatars or models of real-world objects as well as people. In a sense, it helps transfer or rather replicate real-world objects into the virtual digital world. In this sense, everything is an NFT for MetaHero with limitless potential. Based on Binance Smart Chain (BSC), it majorly collects data on real-world objects and transfers them in the metaverse with accurate rendering. In order to make it possible for them to achieve this, they have partnered up with Ulf Studio, who already have their technology used in gaming, music, the fashion industry, and many other industries. No matter what it is, if you are on MetaHero, it's an NFT for you. Turn your pet into NFT if you like, and each NFT is immediately registered on the blockchain and instantly monetizable. Despite it being less popular than other projects on this list, it packs the hardest punch, and that's it still in its adolescence, given that it was launched just last year. The token is Hero, and due to its fascinating nature, the project is generating a lot of attention. To date, it is the only of its kind to be providing such a unique service. Where other projects are more focused on games and NFTs, MetaHero is throwing 3D scanning in the mix, making it truly stand out from the rest. It is only a matter of time before it is standing on the top of its game or scanning. You get the idea, right? And on number 1 spot, we have Sandbox. Sandbox is a play-to-earn game that is powered by blockchain, DeFi, and NFTs in a 3D metaverse where players can not only interact but also build their own games as well as digital assets. The players also have the option to use free designing tools like Vox Edit and Game Maker to customize their games and digital assets as they see fit. Players can build and design their own avatars to access different kinds of games, environments, and hubs that are present on the Sandbox metaverse. Now, as for the monetization part, I'm sure many of you must have been thinking of it. The digital goods that you are creating can be monetized as NFTs and sold on the Sandbox marketplace for the indigenous token and the platform dubbed Sand. The token is an ERC20 utility token based on the Ethereum blockchain. It can be used by the players for playing the game, buying assets on the game like virtual lands or objects, and also customizing their avatars. The maximum supply of the token is at 3 billion. It ranks among the top 40 cryptocurrencies around the globe at a price tag of 4.5 per token and a total market cap of over 4 billion. This makes it one of the most promising projects of Metaverse Blockchain. With all of this said, what is it that we can ultimately expect from the crypto metaverse? For starters, we are already a part of Metaverse, just not crypto metaverse. Our social interactions are taking place on social media apps. We are meeting each other online or viewing each other online on apps like FaceTime, Skype, or Zoom. We are doing our shopping online, and all the games we play are mostly online all the same. The only element missing is the element of immersive experience and the use of decentralized cryptocurrency. We can already predict that it will not only alter a great number of existing sectors, but may even give birth to several new ones. Users can instantly teleport from the confines of their homes to a virtual world with VR-based wearables with limitless opportunities to interact with people from around the world. If you still haven't had your first metaverse experience, I'm sure very soon you will. You can start by grabbing one of my NFTs that I give to all my subscribers. They are only 10,000, so if you wish to get one, check the description below. Now that about covers it for today. Do not leave me without smashing the like button. Grab some free Bitcoin from the links in the description from the trusty exchanges that I use. I will see you again on Monday, Wednesday, sometimes on Friday. And I thank you for watching. I love you, and until next time with another exciting video.